What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Bubbles. Welcome back to another military video. As y'all can see, I'm in my PTs. I've actually been in these all day, and it is 5:26. Oh, y'all can't even see. My green light's too bright. It's 5:26 p.m. and I've literally been in this all day. I went to work like this. I just don't even ask. But enough about me. Today, I am here to tell you guys the pros and cons of joining the military, specifically the United States Army. I'm not in any other branch, so Army gang, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'm gonna start off with the cons because we gotta get the negative out. Okay, so my first about the military is that we have no liberty in the sense of I cannot just, my friends text me like, hey girl, we're going to Guam tomorrow, you trying to come? I can't just pack up my stuff and go. That's what I mean by like liberty. Everything that you do, you have to ask. You need leave forms, you need to let them know where you're going. It's basically like being a baby and like reporting to your parents in a sense, but that sounds kind of bad, but that's literally what it is. Like, you can't just up and do everything you do, every move you make has to be reported and cleared by somebody. So not having liberty, freedom to do stuff, go places, that would be my first con. Another con is that you cannot refuse orders. So meaning, if let's say they're like, hey, you're getting deployed to Iraq, you can't just be like, nah, I'm not going to Iraq. Like, you're gonna go to Iraq. Doesn't matter what happens, you're gonna go. Like, you're on orders. You're literally government property, so you don't really have a say in where you do and don't go. That goes for duty stations, deployments, any of that type of stuff. You have to go where you are basically told. Quitting, you cannot quit the army. You can't quit the military, period. So if you're not in the army, this applies to all branches. You can't just wake up one day and be like, you know what, I'm not showing up to work, I'm out, and just not show up. You will get in trouble. It's called going AWOL, and not just after like one day. I think you have to be AWOL for like 30 days, and then you'll get in trouble after that. I'm not saying to do it at all. I'm just saying it gets serious like past 30 days. That's when they're like, okay, this person's really gone. They're not coming back. We gotta do what we gotta do. Get you back in here. You know what I mean? So you definitely cannot quit. Also, ladies, this is like mostly for us, like as guys, I don't really think they struggle with this a lot, but we cannot, when it comes to tattoos. I've been wanting a tattoo like on the back of my neck so bad, or like on my hand. We can't have tattoos in certain places, and it just has me like, ugh, you know what I mean? Because when we wear uniform, we have to make sure we're like within regs. So not being able to like get certain tattoos or like piercings. I want to get like my nose pierced on this side. Can't. Your ears, you can't have your ears pierced. You just can't have all the jewelry in. But you know what I mean? My tongue ring, like I have that. I have to take it out for work. It's a lot of like, you can't like be yourself and express yourself like you want to in the military. And that goes for hair too. I'm actually really lucky that they changed the regs. I'm able to have like highlights. This is in regs because it's dark leading to light. I can't have all braids this color if I wanted to, but I have to dye my natural hair and then keep up with it, make sure it stays touched up. I can have black roots and then blonde hair like that. It has to like blend and look good. So I can't have like designs. If I want like a little heart in my scalp, can't do that. And that's like, I wouldn't say it's like a big deal for me because I'm already used to it. I've been in for almost 4 years, so I'm kind of just like, okay, it is what it is. But sometimes I'll be on Instagram and I'm like, dang, girl, that look good. Like, let me try to get my hair done like that. And I can't because like the feds are out here. So that's another huge restriction that I do not like. The fact that, I wouldn't say like the fact you can die. We're not going to say that. That's real negative. But I would say one of my biggest things would be like being away from home. This is like my last con. I can't really think of a lot of bad things about the military, honestly, besides like PT, having to wake up early, but that's not like really a con. That's with any job. You're gonna have to do stuff that you don't like. But yeah, I would say being away from home is definitely the hardest for me. There's days where I'm like, dang, I wish my mom was here. She'd like come with my kids, or like holidays come and it's like you can't take leave because COVID or something like that, you know what I mean? So being away from your family, especially if you're a super family oriented person, the military is gonna be hard for you. Of course, there's FaceTime, stuff like that. You could take leave, but building up leave days in order to like take a good chunk of time, like a month or something, you need like, I think you only get 2.5 days a month, I think, for leave. And luckily I haven't taken leave in years, boy. All my leave has been excused. My tonsils removed got excused. I was on leave for 2 weeks, and when I had Adonis, I was off for 3 months. It was so nice. So every time I've taken leave, it's because like something's going on in my life and it's excused, so they haven't charged me. But if not, like, I just save up my leave just for like times where I'm like, you know what, I really want to go home, or like I really want to miss my family, or I really miss my family, sorry. And yeah, so I would say like that's probably all my cons. I don't really have a lot of bad things to say about the military. And even if I did, I'm in uniform, so you can't be in here talking shit, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, now to the pros. So for the pros, Yeet, 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 yeet. So first things first, y'all already know the military medical benefits. I'm talking dental, medical, all that. I have 3 kids, so y'all know medical bills will get very high very fast if I was not in the army. They all have to go to the dentist. They all have to get their physicals. Damien, oh, I have to do a video on this, but I did just find out that Damien for sure has autism, so he needs special treatment for that stuff. Like I said, I'll make an in-depth more video about that because that's a whole different thing, and I need to reach out to that community to basically like guide me and help me with stuff like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I have a lot of kids, and the medical benefits, dental, medical, all that. Like when I got my tonsils removed, that would have cost hella money. You know what I mean? The medication. Like everything, giving birth, all that stuff costs so much money. I'm talking like thousands, and the military just like, hey, swipe, I got you. You know what I mean? So that's really nice. Another one of my favorite pros would have to be living. Guys, the military pays for all of my rent. Pay for my rent, my water, my gas, my electricity, pay for everything. I live on post, so I don't have to worry about no bills. I have a 4-bedroom house, 3 bathrooms. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so no, 2.5 bathrooms. I have a huge bathroom in my room. Then I have Damien's bathroom, and then I have a half bathroom downstairs. So that is a huge pro, because I know if I was out of the military and I'd have to pay for all this stuff, it would be a struggle. Like ends would not meet, and yeah, it would just be a really big havoc. So that is a big pro. If you have kids and you're just like, I need to get out and figure this out, like you're struggling. My reasoning for that was so I could provide for my kid. Like I was tired of having to rent rooms and live paycheck to paycheck and have $20 last me 2 weeks. Like that's the type of struggle I was on, y'all, like before I joined the military, and I'm so glad I'm out of that now, thank God. But yeah, that's a huge pro in my eyes. One of my also favorite pros is that you get to travel. I have been so lucky. I never thought in my life I'd be able to travel outside of the United States. As you guys know, my last duty station was Germany, and by traveling, that's what I mean. Like you can get stationed in some cool ass places. I'm talking Hawaii, Germany, Italy, like Guam. You can go everywhere. The military is everywhere. So I think that's like a huge benefit. You don't have to pay for none of it. Your families can go with you depending on where you get stationed. Korea, like Japan, all that stuff is like, it's huge. You know what I mean? Like when in your life are you able to get up and just go and not have to worry about paying for nothing, you know? And then while you're in those countries, you can travel to other countries because it's all close together. That's like, it's such a huge blessing, and it's so convenient. And that's like one of the reasons, like if I hadn't joined the army, I don't think I would have ever left the US. So if you like to travel or you want to travel, it might not be your first duty station, but you will at least travel stateside unless you ask to go overseas or you get deployed. That's a pro for me. I just feel like the world is just so big and life is too short for you to just be stuck in the same box. Like I have friends that have stayed within the same 4 corners of their whole life, and I'm like, girl, there's so much life out there. You know what I mean? Like there's so much stuff for us to do. Like that kind of hurt. The last thing you need to do is just be trapped in a little box all day, and then like you just waste your life living here and you die, and it's like, what did I do? Where did I go? You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge pro for me. Another one is school, y'all. Y'all already know school, y'all. School. They pay for your college, period. When you get out, you get a GI Bill if you go to school too, period. Like you will be taken care of academically. A lot of people say they want to join the military so they don't have to go to college, but it's better to just go to college. You're gonna have to go to college regardless. Like in the military, ranking up and stuff like that, you want to beat the next person. If you have a degree, you'll be set. You know, you're more better off doing that than just like not doing anything. Says the person that's not going to school. I'm not going to school yet just because, okay, let me tell y'all why. Adonis is only 7 months. I'm trying to wait till he's at least 1 year. He's sleeping through the night, and I can get a full night's rest. Because I can't be waking up 2-3 times at night and then expect to be functioning all day, going to school, doing YouTube, going to work, being a mom and a wife. Like, it's a lot of work, and right now I can't. But I promised myself, 2023 is probably when I'm going to start school, or the fall of this year, depending on how Adonis is doing. And yeah, this year's going to be a good year for me, guys. It's going to be a good year, okay? Also, the military is a good job for your first job. If you're 18, 17, 18, you don't know what you want to do, I would say join the military. The stability, just knowing you're going to get a check every 1st and 15th, you're guaranteed. You're never not going to get paid. You sign a 3-year contract, that money's yours for 3 years, you know, unless you get in trouble or something like that. But the stability and just knowing like your first job, you get experience. Like let's say you're and 92 Yankee, like me, I'm supply. So when I get out, I can work at like CIF or do anything that has to do with like supply stuff, and I have experience for it. The military is going to educate you, whether you're like a dental assistant, a chaplain assistant, like 88 mile, like you're a truck driver, like, and anything you choose to do, you'll have experience. When you get out and people are looking for people, they always go for veterans first. I don't know why that's a thing, but I'm glad it's a thing, because when I get out, I'm gonna be a veteran, so I'm about to use that card as much as I can. And yeah, like, why not juice it? You know what I mean? It's a good first job. You get experience, and then when you get out, you'll be set too, as long as you don't get in trouble. Y'all gotta make sure you get that honorable. Don't be trying to get out with no general or other than honorable, or what's the other one? Dishonorable. You don't want to do that, okay? My last and final pro would be stability. Well, it kind of covered the last one, but it's mostly like security and job. Stability and job security. Like, you don't have to worry about losing your job for years. Like, you're not going to get fired. The only way you can get fired is if you like get chaptered out for doing some like outrageous stuff. Usually it's just like Article 15, you're going to get counsel, like smack on the hand type of stuff. But if you do some extreme stuff, you'll of course get kicked out. You'll get fired, and it'll just ruin everything. You don't want to get out the military and have like a dishonorable discharge, or other than honorable, because that just, it looks bad when you go apply for stuff and they're just like, well, what did you do to deserve that? And it's like, mind your business. But at the same time, it's like, you got to tell them because you're trying to work for them. So it just makes a whole mess, guys. But that's pretty much all I have for pros and cons. Do I recommend joining the military? Depends on your circumstances and your situations. If I'd have grown up in a house where my parents had money and I had the option to stay home and go to school and not have to pay bills, definitely would have probably just did that instead of joining the military. But with my circumstances, I had a kid, my family, it's not like one of those things where it's like, we got money, you can just move in and bring all your kids. It's not one of those things. And I got a lot of damn kids. I have 3. So that's like 5 mouths to feed on top of me and my husband. And I just feel like I'm 26. I'm at that point in life where it's like, girl, you just got to have your shit together. And if you're 25, I didn't even join the military till I was 23. And that gave me a good glimpse in time from 18 to 23 to just kind of get a feel of life. And it was hard. It was so hard, especially after I had Damien. It was like I couldn't just support myself. And I knew I didn't want Damien growing up in rooms that I was renting. I didn't want Damien growing up having to eat dollar menu food because we can only afford so much, or eating all canned food because I can't afford to buy chicken, stuff like that. So it was one of those things where I just had to be selfless and realize, like, this isn't about you no more. This is about you and this is about your children, or your child at the time. And I just had to do a selfless thing by joining the service. So now I'm where I'm at now, and my kids have a great life. It's like everything I ever dreamed of. They all have their own rooms. I have my own room, and there's space, and nobody's on top of each other, and I'm not stressed about bills. That's why I keep saying the pros, boy, the pros. If you've never had to live by yourself, you don't understand what it means to have all your rent paid. Like, all your rent paid. I ain't got to worry about nothing. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Hey, I ain't got nothing. Hey, I ain't worry about nothing. Hey, they gotta worry about it. Hey, they gotta worry about it. Hey, okay, that's it, guys. So that's all that I have for my pros and cons. Drop down in the comments if you have any more questions. Is this true? Is that true? Is this what happens when you're in the military? I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. I'm not a professional. Only been in this thing for like almost 4 years, like I said, but I'm pretty far into it. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you guys all once again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time with the next video. Peace.